Emergency phone, there's one here and one in the copy room. AED machine is at the end of the hall, and we have a couple of people trained in first aid here. Okay, let's start the meeting. Stand. Almighty God, bless us with memory, reason, and skill. Help us use this wisely in the service of our town government. We ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need a motion to close the regular meeting and open up a public hearing on the preliminary budget.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there any comment on the budget? The rate for the general, it's $1.03. General, town outside, 0. Highway, townwide, it's 52 cents. Highway, town outside, it's $1.31. Landfill, 5 cents. Fire protection, $1.38. EMS, 36 cents. And our rate is going to be $2.91, the same as last year. Any comment from the public?
Can we get a copy of that so we can look at it as you're, because you say, you know, you go down through everything.
No, I don't go through it all. I'll read the whole thing.
That's why I just wondered if we could get a copy of it, that's all.
Pardon?
That's why I just wondered if we had a copy, because you say you understand it, but you've all got copies and we're just listening to, you know, just what you're saying.
There's one on file, so I'll look at it.
Okay.
You're welcome to it. Huh?
Yes, for hall.
Since the notice in the paper for 2 weeks. And if I have it for 2 weeks, then everybody could look at it.
Okay.
I'll still have it.
I got a question. How much, we all know that overall assessments have gone up. So how much is the budget actually increasing? You know, the amount per thousand isn't going up, but that's because the assessments have gone up, so.
I have to recalculate, have to take the difference of the assessments from last year and this year and compare the same amount of
You don't know what the-
expenditures.
You don't know what the budget was last year and what it is this year?
It was $291, the tax rate.
No, I'm talking about the budget, the dollars. How many dollars we spent last year, how many dollars we're spending this year?
Well, if you give me a couple minutes, I can tell you. Go ahead and, get it done.
Anybody else?
It'd be a minute though. Not even longer than that.
So keep the camera on you, Jane.
All right. Looks worse than it is. Okay, the amount of money that we needed to raise for taxes last year was $547,963. Now this year, it's $601,196. So the difference of roughly $50,000.
About 10% increase then.
No, that's what the numbers are.
So it's an actual 10% increase in the taxes then.
Depends upon how much money you carry over.
said the amount to be raised by taxes.
The money then an unexpended balance is different to last year from this
Yeah,
year.
but she said the money amount to be raised by taxes. She didn't say unexpended balances
The
or,
amount to be raised by taxes is the total amount needed less the unexpended balance. So if the unexpended balance was different, that wouldn't necessarily make this, what you say is true. I don't know what it is.
We had less money to turn into the 2005 budget than we did in the 2003 going into 2004. There was less money available to go into next year's budget by a total of about $70,000.
okay, so what, you know what our overall budget is, including what we get sales tax and everything else?
What do you mean by overall budget? can
I
give
mean, the overall amount that the town of Champlain spends in a year.
Okay, the total appropriations for 2004 budget, is all the expenditures that we have, was $1,615,000 last year.
1,615,000, okay.
This year,
Project
meaning
for 2005.
2005,
Mhm.
is $1,573,000, so it's less. Or it's about $100,000 more, excuse me.
It's 1 million what?
$1,573,000.
That's less than 1,000,006. So it's,
Less expenditures. Less money going into the budget. Therefore, more money needed to be raised.
okay.
Anyone else? Make a motion, did I get a motion, close the public hearing and open the regular meeting?
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
Have a second?
Second.
Okay, we need a motion to vote on this budget. And have a motion,
So moved.
second?
I'll second.
Discussion. Discussion among the board members? If not, John Paul?
Vote yes.
Red?
Aye.
Larry?
Yes.
Jules?
Yes.
I vote yes. So now, I guess I'll go to the public. Is there anything in public? All right. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting. Is there any commissions or deletion?
I'll make a motion to accept the meeting last month.
Wait a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you have your code officers, zoning board minutes of September 16th. You have your planning board of October 7th. And we have a letter from Carl Shank asking that somebody contact Randy Lamerton and see if he's interested in being an alternate since Doug Akor resigned. John, do you want to do that? You want to check with Randy?
Okay.
And we have a letter that was sent to the village of Ross's Point about money for the civic center. We haven't received a reply yet. Clinton County Personnel Department is having a meeting, they're restructuring their laws, modifying them. Does anybody want to attend that? You want to go,
I
Jim?
would like to attend it.
Okay. That's November 1st, 8 to 5.
I think it's the 3rd of December.
I'm sorry, 3rd of December. After all of that.
This one.
That's on that. So you're in attend.
I'd like to attend
Okay.
if possible.
You don't need a motion on that.
Even for money involved.
We've earned money on our social security. Interest, $70.05. And we have We have a letter from the Association of Towns. And it's on, the judges are asking for a surcharge on all, tickets. The state is taking away money from us on tickets, and it's legal if we charge a $10 surcharge. I need a motion on this to approve it. Have a motion?
I make a motion that we get surcharge of $10 on the traffic tickets.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next is a letter from Village of Champlain thanking us for assistance and manpower and trucks for a couple of days. Thanking Alan. Next is from New York State Controller's Office. Provides a real tax relief for railroad companies reducing their limits. And it's about their taxes, reducing their taxes. That's what I put it right. Here's one, I don't know who wants to check with the judges. There's grants out there for, on Homeland Security. I don't know if there's anything they can use, but grants out there for equipment, and maybe Jack can go out and get us something else, get us a couple computers and stuff. You want to talk to Jack on that one? And this one is Division of Housing and Community Renewal, a low-income housing tax credit program. Next, it's New York State Real Property distribution of 204 Star Program Administration aid. This is what we get for doing this.
We did that for a full amount there.
They're throwing them out. A lot of money. A lot of money. Jules, this one is on that cable franchise. Have you heard any more on that?
No, we got a letter showing everybody's on it.
Okay.
We should probably contact some of the road owners. Nobody's, they're not getting any services on it, see if they want them. Because they won't do that. We'll have to look into that part of it.
Okay.
That's not due till next year. So we should probably work on the parts.
Letter from Northern New York Library Network, Directory of Archives and Historical Document Collection. This to register this one? This to register in this? You have to fill this out back in, right? Okay. I think we have a historian. I think. He's supposed to let me know. And the county's got some equipment to sell. Went out for bid. We have another letter from Albert Laporte. On behalf of the board and trustees of the village worker, I want to thank you and your crew for assisting with equipment, manpower. We really needed help. He's telling us he's very grateful for it, from the mayor of Champlain. The next is just a contract for water and sewer committee. We've got it pretty well in place. That's all I have right now. Buildings committee, Clifford and Larry.
We're pretty much set. I was just out, Alan was showing me some good ideas to save fuel oil out there, especially the cost has gone up like thing. Besides, we gotta move a couple of heaters that's over that, they can't get the truck in there now with that new cement they put in there, with the sander on the wintertime, over the trench there. So we're gonna have to have vehicle come and move the 2 heaters probably 4 or 5 feet, that's all. And Alan was suggesting in that first bay that we go right across there with a petition. We're probably with a 4-foot door opening. We gotta check into it, see if it's gotta be firewall or something. Probably will have to be a firewall, I don't know.
You'll put a permanent wall?
Yeah. So we can,
Canvas?
I don't know. Would it be legal?
Yeah.
Well, if you just, the
And
second
you can
day.
take it out, if you have something you can take out, it'd be a lot handier.
No, it's just,
Some of the
yeah,
tarp, you
I'm
do
just
it in other
suggesting,
places.
I'm just suggesting, you know, when them 4 trucks leave, let's say 3 o'clock in the morning, you're losing all the heat in that whole building.
You know,
So if you just got 4 bays, you can keep the heat this way. And when those trucks come in, they're plastic with snow and ice, you know what I'm saying? You only got those 4 bays. You leave that truck at 50 degrees or, you know, this end here, if you wanna work, but keep this end with that bay. If you wanna tow a truck in, you can go there straight through, you know? But you're not losing all the heat of the whole complete building.
Could we put up
so a
some?
permanent wall would be just as good, because it's, we don't ever have to open in bays anyway. Especially you can drive right through there.
No, you can have a curtain, I don't like to have it, building department, they got it.
Oh, yeah, they got it.
Yep.
They're more apt to tear and raise hell with them and
I think that would be better.
No, it saves some heat, some
Save
costs.
some heat, and then when they
You
wanna bring a
can
piece of
thermostat turn down
equipment.
and save the heat too.
Well, on that end, yes.
And they were never able to keep those thermostats where they belong.
Yeah, was there 2 zones in that building?
3 zones.
That was to control the last 3 heaters and the other 3 heaters in this end?
You can do it, but they, somebody out there turns them back up again after you lock them and everything.
Well, when you open the
tried
4
that.
doors,
Yeah, but it's too hot out there.
I know it's too hot out there.
well, keep it hot where it belongs and keep it cold where it belongs.
yeah.
It shouldn't be over 60 in there to start with. At the hot end.
Well, we gotta have the heaters changed anyway. They gotta be done. You can't get your trucks in there. And I'll look into that curtain or whatever, come back with a price on that wall or already. We'll check into it.
You know, it makes sense, just a suggestion, it's not.
No, it should be done
It
because
should be done, there's no
the
question.
price of
Something
fuel
should
right
be
now.
done.
That's all I got.
Have they finished the window?
I,
Well, no, they didn't finish it, it's still on the back window over here.
They're working on them, right?
Oh, yeah, it should be done within next day.
Anything else?
On the building part of it there, I'd like to take this time here to, last month, I thanked Vicky for spearheading this thing, and Alan is in the back of this thing here, doing a lot of the work with his crew. And he was here on his own a lot here to unload and load stuff here, in the days off they had. So I want to thank Alan for what he done on that part of it. Very well job done.
Looks good. Anything else? Grants Committee, John, Paul, and Larry.
Nothing.
Board of Assessment and Review.
Nothing to report on that.
Highway Committee, Jules and John Paul.
I talked to the telephone company about that job on the Golf Course Road, and they're not gonna do nothing until spring. They got all the materials ready. And I asked them if they get a hold of Alan or myself here to see where that line's gonna go. And we probably should get a hold of that engineer sometime here
Yeah,
to look that thing over.
well, we're not gonna do anything right now.
No, but they're not gonna do anything.
I'll get plenty of time to get a hold of him.
And then, what we should get involved with this fall or this winter is to get those trees out of there. Because they're not gonna all run off for us right now.
Pull him out that way.
Take them out that way. And there's a lot of brush in there too, that's gotta be taken out. And on, where we got our gravel there, I talked with the gentleman today, and he can go and fill those holes back up.
Okay.
All the test holes that we've done, might be do that with a small hole, just pour dirt back, or gravel back in the holes. And we'll be starting some brush work there pretty soon. That's all I have.
John Paul. Anything?
No, nothing.
Water and Sewer Committee, John and Larry.
Well, only to respond to the problem that we heard about last month. We did the water testing in the landfill district. 17 houses, we did about 10 of them, I believe, for water pressure. We have improved that. The only other concern I might have is that we'd be notified when they're gonna do flushing.
She still got good water over there?
As far as I know, I haven't.
Last time I checked with her, it was. Robbie and I went over and looked at the water pumping station the other day, and it's, where it's set now, it's holding its pressure. It wasn't set right before, it was too low. That was one of the problems we had. So, Robbie set it up, and everything seemed to be working okay. They had some air down towards the last part of the line, but it seems like it's cleared up, as far as I know, it's not
Yeah.
good. Is it better?
I haven't had any problem with it, no. And I think, I don't know what the rest of the readings were, but the testing they did at my house, I think, was one of the best as far as pressure.
The further we got down the line, the better the pressure was for some reason. Just didn't seem quite right, but that's what it was.
We sent the village a letter for, they're supposed to notify us when they're gonna do the flushing. In turn, we're gonna turn around and notify the people in the district.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nothing else.
Okay. Landfill committee, Jules?
We got a report on the, from New England Waste, on the water sampling. And I'm trying to get in touch with him, I haven't got him there yet, to exactly know how many, much more clear water we're getting up from there. We've got it down in chemistry here, so we gotta explain in plain language how that goes. And I haven't got a hold of him there yet. So that's all done for the year.
Anything else?
Next year they'll be doing it in the fall, this year they did it in the spring.
Alan,
Yeah.
your report.
Well, I got all the shoulders done on the McCray Road and the Rabbit Road. I got all the sand, I got 102 loads of gravel ready to be crushed, some. So the new guy that bought the gravel pit. As far as I know, we're getting all our equipment ready for the winter. Ready to go. Sanders,
That's all he needs, a first snowflake?
first snowflake, we're gonna fight for it.
Anything else, Alan?
No, that's it.
Town clerk's report? Ralph? Read it? Resolution? I'd like to make a resolution of appreciation to Homer Miller. Need a motion on this? For your served on soil assessment review.
All right, I'll make a motion to keep the resolution.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution of appreciation to Homer L. Miller. Whereas the Honorable Homer L. Miller has served the town of Champlain for 8 years as Board of Assessment Review Member. Whereas the Honorable Homer L. Miller has also served as Chairman of the Assessment Review Board. Whereas contributed much in time, work, and accomplishment of benefit to the residents of the town of Champlain. Be it therefore resolved that the present town board of the town of Champlain go on record as extending to the Honorable Homer L. Miller their sincere expression of gratitude and appreciation for his years of service. It's further resolved that this resolution is read upon the minutes of the meeting, a copy sent to the Honorable Homer L. Miller, signed by the town board. Everyone wants to see it?
He's gone for it.
You left last week.
Until he goes back. Anything else, Ralph?
James, who has it?
You have to decide on the janitorial.
Yeah. We postponed last month, the janitorial service. The only bid that we have. Need a motion to reject it or accept it.
I make a motion that we reject the bid.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote, John?
Yes.
Clifford?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Jules?
Yes.
We have to put them out for bid again. If we need to hire somebody. Who finds it?
I don't know.
I don't know. That goes around. We got finance to wait for. You have anything else?
No, is that public hearing? 7:30.
I'll go back to the public now. Nothing from the public? And we're 5 minutes away for the next public hearing.
I have something that'll take less than 5 minutes, I
I
hope.
didn't ask you for this. Go ahead.
You don't want to hear it?
We had a meeting this week, and you're talking about the water lines on the Ridge Road. And again, the same issue comes up, but that person has those 3 lots that are less than allowed in width because he's claiming that he has access to the water line there. Now, you have to decide whether or not that water line, I'm talking about the transmission lines between the landfill and the Ridge Road. If that person is going to be allowed to use that water line for those lots, then you have to form a district for that. To form a district, you have to have the majority of the people in that district want it. So I need to know at some point in time what the decision is going to be. Because when he comes to me with a building permit application and those lots aren't of the right width, I have to deny it. Or I have to approve it based on what you're going to tell me what you're going to do with that. It took me less than 5 minutes now. How long is it going to take you guys?
That's not a water.
Well, the water's already there, right?
Yes, but the majority of the people in that, along that section have to agree to it, because if you form a district, they're gonna be assessed a certain charge, even though they have their own wells.
Do you send me the letters?
Well, we haven't done anything yet. We're in we need to know what we're gonna do stage here.
They just send those to each person?
Can there be just one person in that district?
According to the engineers, you have to form a district. You can be one or many.
So it could be just that property?
But if it's a district, it's the distance between the landfill and the Ridge Road, where that transmission line.
You have to make it that big?
Well, that's a good question, I don't know. According to what they were saying, that the whole line would be a new district. If 51% of the people along that stretch agree to it.
How many in there don't have any water?
They all have their own wells in there.
How many, you know how many there is of them?
No,
No.
no.
What is that, at least 10, 12?
I think so, we talked about that.
10, 12, 10 to 15.
But this is one person that's speculating in the land market of creating less than allowable lot sizes to sell based on the fact that he wants to use the water line. Now, I mean, it could be one person now, it could be, you know, 5, 6 people later on that may buy land up in there. I mean, I don't know how much land is available for lots or what the desirability is.
Every time you do it,
Every
same
time you do that, I
time,
gotta do the whole thing over again.
same thing, public hearings, engineer's report, all of it.
The cost for one is as many as, it's the same for 10. We should find out what the other people wanna do in that district. They want it or not.
They didn't want it in the first place.
That's right, so they would probably don't want it now either.
Can you two, that are on, Larry and John are on the water committee, if you check that out and let us know next meeting if there's interest in it,
Okay, we'll check it.
then we can decide where we go from there.
We'll get the address from Jane and check them the name.
Make a get you the,
Yeah.
the people.
I can get you the names and all that.
Okay. I think it was
Is that a good way to start? I don't know where else to start.
Well, the thing is I need a decision from the board because I have to either tell that gentleman, yes, those 3 lots are gonna be allowed, or no, they're not. So this is what's driving this.
You don't need
If
that.
he has water from the town and the lots are big enough, right?
Yes, if the town is gonna make a district out there, those lots are big enough.
If they don't, they're not.
Then those 3 lots are gonna have to be 2 lots. Then we'll fight that battle.
Can you ask the engineers, though, if we can form a water district for those 3 lots?
Yeah.
My question to you guys.
That's not enough trouble to do that.
What's the cost gonna be to form a district for 3 lots though? Are you ever gonna get, I mean, are you ever gonna recoup your money in it?
In order to form a water district, we need at least 51%
Right,
of the landowners,
right.
residents. And they didn't want it before.
That's
I
my
mean, you're not-
understanding.
Yeah, but that was before.
Okay, we'll visit those 12, 15 homes, whatever it is, and we'll find out.
Body armor. Good luck.
Oh, we can ask the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know unless you ask.
If you don't ask, we complain after you didn't ask.
Right. So let's ask, and we'll know.
Yes or no, we don't care.
We will have an answer on those homeowners before the next board meeting.
Okay.
7:30. Okay, close the meeting again. And close the regular meeting and open up public hearing. Any motion on this is on the planning board bylaws. Any motion?
Motion to close the meeting.
Yep.
Make a motion to close the meeting.
Go to open up the public hearing. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The town board of the town of Champlain will hold a public hearing at 7:30 PM at the regular meeting to be held on November 9, 2004 as follows. Local law number 7 of 2004, adding chapter 98 entitled Planning Board to the town code of the town of Champlain, establishing, forming and setting forth bylaws for the town of Champlain Planning Board, and amending chapter 130 of the town of Champlain Town Code zoning. Town of Champlain zoning law, and in Article 10 Administration and Enforcement, Section 1025 Planning Board. All persons interested will be given an opportunity to speak or to offer written opinions either for or against this proposed local law. Copies of said proposed local law are available for review at the town clerk's office. The meeting is open to the public. Other business will be taken up at this meeting.
Have any comment from public?
I got a question, what does this law do? What are we doing?
It's just the bylaws, regulations of the planning board.
What are they doing now? What are they changing?
It's they're not changing anything, it's just saying what the planning board does, how many members there is. They're not changing any law, it's
Just
just giving
changing
their
the number of-
regulations of what they have to follow.
Just changing the number of people on the board, that's the same?
No,
No?
it's, there's a 5-member board,
Right,
and it's just saying how the meetings are run. There's 5 members there, there's roll calls, they have to appoint a secretary. It's just setting the rules and regulations of the planning board, of what they
of
have.
how they conduct their meetings?
Yes,
It's not changing any laws that affect people except
No.
how they conduct the meeting. No surveys are required.
Anyone else? Any motion to close it?
I'll make a motion to close.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we open back up our regular meeting. And I'd like to vote on this planning board bylaws. Have a motion on this?
Make a motion to accept it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call. John?
Yes.
Clifford?
Yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Jules?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Review the post audit bills. Any motion to approve the monthly bills?
Make a motion, we approve the monthly bills.
Have a second.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call. John?
Yes.
Clifford?
Yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Jules?
Yes.
And I vote yes. If there's nothing else, make a motion that we, looking for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Done.